good morning and welcome to another great episode of Enterprise Weekend, reaching you from Enterprise Television. I am Henry Abike. We'll be starting off this weekend, of course, with what we have coming from our newspapers, and right after that would be our main conversation also for today. But please do well to be part of what we do here. You can always reach us if you may. You can always log in at enterprisetvnews.com to check up on all that we have right there. And equally, you may visit us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. For this weekend, we have with us right here in our studios, Barrister Van Sofeli, Barrister Law Public Affairs Analyst, to see through all that we have from our newspapers and, if possible, get through in conversation for today. Good morning, Barrister.
Morning.
Thank you so very much for being here. So let's start off today with what we have coming from the Saturday Punch newspaper. And we have a laundry list of interesting stories here. But let's just get straight to what we will be talking about today. Jabada. Nigerians abroad return home amid dashed expectations. While we are coming back, returnees. Now, I had the opportunity of getting through the story in depth, and I had three returnees, a nurse, a medical doctor, and one other person who had complained of how depressed they became. The doctor actually is employed by John Hopkins, and after spending 25 years in the United States, felt he wasn't accomplished. The question is, why would someone who is well trained spend 25 years in a legacy medical health center like John Hopkins is saying he's not fulfilled? What exactly is fulfillment then?
It's possible. It's possible. You see, it can be rich, wealthy, and not have money, but still not be fulfilled, because there's this empty void that you just discover when you are away from Nigeria. You know, when you're away from Nigeria for some time, when you are going out of Nigeria, it's very exciting. Okay, it's a very good experience. You know, but when you get out there, especially in the US and even in the UK, and you get yourself engaged in the system, you find out that the system is screwed in such a way that you are going to work for the rest of your life. You are going to work for the rest of your life. You have no social life. You'll be working round the clock because of the bills. The bills are so heavy that if you fail to work, you will go bankrupt.
Really?
And the rent, the utilities, and all that, there's no mercy. So the moment you fail to pay, they cut it off immediately. So you are forced to be working throughout your life. Take, for example, in the US. You get into the US, maybe you are a citizen or a permanent resident in the US. You can negotiate and get a house for mortgage. You understand? With $450,000, you can get a place, and then you start to pay the rest over time, maybe for 30 years or 25 years. Now, it is paid such that even when you pay off, the land is still not yours.
Really?
It's not yours, yes. When you pay off the mortgage, you will then be paying annual tax.
Okay, just similar to the land use act, that we pay here.
Yes, but no, our own land use charge is a very minimal amount of money, very small money. It's not a big money. Tenement rate and land use charge. I mean, it's not even, and if you don't have, you can go to the authority and negotiate to pay half or pay some. You understand? Over there in the United States, you have tax on it, and you'll be paying that at your old age. And you keep paying it until you go to the grave. You understand? So when you look at the way the system is screwed, a lot of people feel they are better off here. Here you can retire to your village and settle for agriculture or poultry farming or something else. You understand? So it's not everybody that, you know, traveling abroad, Japa is very good because there's good life. You have light 24 hours, you have water supply 24 hours, you have grocery, you have everything. As long as you are working, you are comfortable and you are good. But you notice that it's not enough. Life is not just all about working and getting comfortable. Life is much more than that.
But they have more than enough relaxation sports there. In fact, sometimes when you watch some of the places, you know, these people go to, you know, they spend time
yes,
to.
They have a lot of relaxation center. They do, but you see, people are built differently. What is meaningful to you as to what life has to offer is different from what is meaningful to me as of what life has to offer. You understand? not everyone abroad is happy, even though they are gainfully employed. So these ones that are coming back, even though they are coming back to a very hot and a very toxic environment, they prefer it. I know people who came back from the US and they don't want to go back again, they want to be here. But sometimes what happens is that most people, by the time they come here, they already have very established contact there. They stay here and be doing business from there. I know of a guy who returned with a wife and he came back to this country, but all his businesses are still from the US. He brings cars in, and that's what he's doing. But he prefers being here, okay? There's a level of comfort that comes with being here, even in suffering. I don't know. I just sincerely hope that we're not trying to mask the suffering and maybe become comfortable. Well, the reason I go speak this way because I've stayed abroad and I've stayed here. Okay, and I know the difference. Okay, the difference is quite remarkable. It's good to go abroad, especially when you are young. Okay, when you are very young, you are thinking less of the future. You are thinking more of the present. Okay, but when you begin to advance in age, once you get to 40, 43, 44, you are no longer thinking too much about the moment. You are thinking more about the future of your children, the future of your family, the future of your household. How will your children, school fees, everything will be hitting your mind at the same time. That's not the best time to want to move from here, go there. It's late. You understand? If you go there early, fine. Before you are maybe 30, 35, you have been there for 4 years. You're able to, but when you are setting out from here at 45, it's a whole lot. You have to be sure what you are doing. You know, there are many people that, you know, left this place, went there, got their respective documents and everything, came back here. Then they're able to go there at any time, and that's fine. But to go there and to be working there, every day you are working, every day you are working. The day, if you stay out of work for 1 week, you're almost bankrupt. So it's something that you need to reconsider.
Yeah, very, very true.
People are coming back. They are not stupid now. They are not unreasonable. They have weighed their options. As much as this place is not the best, it still holds some level of hope and trust. Even though there's kidnapping, there's lack of light, lack of water, lack of basic amenities, lack of everything, including bad and wicked government and corruption. People still prefer to come back.
Yeah, you know, very, very true. Because some Nigerians have wondered, you know, why our big celebrities, especially our artists, right? They have all the dual, you know, things there, but they prefer to stay here in Nigeria. They feel it's easier.
Yes, it's easier to stay here. Yeah. How many of our celebrities have scandals? How many of them? Look at the biggest artists in the US. All of them are now in jail. The system have a way of taking them to jail. Okay, you see them, R. Kelly, P. Diddy. Yeah. You see the biggest of them from the Hall of Fame down to Hall of Shame. Yes. Here, it is easier. Now, even because they are clustering. Okay, now, Davido have been summoned by a court in the US to come and pay huge amount of money. And also for the song that they said, a copyright case that they stole someone's verse or something like that. In the US, it's going to start, if he were to be in the US, that is enough to bring him down completely. Okay, if you were living there, but you know, it's here, you could only address that issue. So it's easier, even if you are rich and very wealthy. The richest man in Africa lives in Nigeria. There must be something about Nigeria that here we know how to manage ourselves, even in our despair. Okay, but over there, there's nothing to manage. There's nothing to manage in terms of you just find yourself in. I'm not discouraging people who want to travel abroad. I mean, traveling abroad is good. I mean, I've been abroad for a couple of times, many times, as young as I can remember. But I still think those who are coming back, they have a reason. And the reason is also as good as the reason people who want to leave. So everyone should just look at what works for them and stick to it.
Very, very true. Different strokes for different folks, of course. But let's take a look at another issue here. Inside a sizzling tale of Nigeria's gym turned hookup hotbed. Now, this is an expose, an investigative journalism work done by the Punch newspaper. By Stefan Sofeli, there's this proliferation of gyms everywhere.
Yes.
And it's becoming a hotbed for married women, for non-married women, for young men. It's becoming gym crazy. We're becoming gym crazy suddenly in Nigeria. And the discovery is beginning to unleash itself. That this is becoming more like a seductive place for people to catch up and all that. Now, my question is, how do you think this is gradually affecting the fabrics of what we hold dear in our society and our culture?
Well, the basic excuse is that suddenly we discover that it is not good to add up and put up too much weight. So everybody wants to watch what they eat and everybody wants to exercise, which is not bad. Doctors advise you to work out. So there's enough excuse and reason to want to go to a gym to register, even though sometimes the cost of registration is sometimes overpriced. Everybody wants to register, married, not married, everybody wants to register. Now, people are all in the gym trying to work out, but not everyone you see in the gym went there for the purposes of working out. Or many of them have, especially the very young ones, who are using relationship as a means of survival. Many of them who are naturally hookup persons, who are using the gym as a platform to fish some clients. When you go to ShopRite, you see that they have turned the place now to these call girls. Because the idea behind that is that a man that can drive a car, that can drive to ShopRite, that is coming to shop comfortably, will be able to take care of a woman, how be it whatsoever the odds are. So you see them hanging out there. You see them hanging out in the gyms. You see them hanging out in the clubs. Now, for the gym, to be specific, there you can always strike a discussion, a conversation. You can exchange contacts, married or not married, okay? And there's something about the gym, people strip. People are, when they're exercising, they're half naked.
Yeah, of course.
It is a gathering that exposes the human physiognomy, the human body. There's contact, there is so many things. In fact, you can even get the contact of a particular person from the gym authorities.
Instructors.
You understand, instructors and all that. Then you start to call and text, you start to share ideas, and from there, whatever can happen, anything can happen. So it's becoming another strategy that people are using. Some people will go and defraud others through that too. Just like they were using the church at some point. When men want to get married, they will go to church, and from the church they are looking at everywhere to find a good woman. That is what the gym has become today. People are going there to look for the opposite sex, male, female, vice versa. So it's a human tendency. So whoever wants to destroy her home or his home, it's not left with a choice to use that platform to do it.
But that doesn't necessarily make the platform a bad one.
No, it's not a bad one. I mean, we are encouraged to all work out. I mean, to ensure that we exercise our bodies. It's important. But if along the line you not have malfeasance going around it, somebody just did an investigative story on it, and their findings have been made. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It's a business. It's a business. I mean, the moment they're saying people should work out, people should shed weight, that policy itself has created a business. Because, I mean, people now are setting up gyms. They will earn money from there. Those who will come there to sell water or something will also earn money in the value chain. Those who will come there to sell either a recharge card or whatever it is will also, even food, will also, so it's a good thing for the economy. But there's no way you are going to teleguide society. People will do what they must do. So It is then left for the moral index, for us to look at the moral charts and say, this particular endeavor, this business, going by the moral chart, has it delivered value? Or is it taking, and whether it has delivered value or not, it is the individual that will decide whether it's a blessing to my household or to me or to whatever it is. But I know that you cannot eradicate immorality in society. You cannot. You can only suppress it, and you leave the rest.
Yeah, very, very true. You know, the freedom is ours, you know, actually. So we do with it whatever we may, but of course, let's have some context to it. But let's take a look at Saturday Vanguard for today on the very top strip here. How killer herdsmen spread to Niger Delta and seized Edo forest. Flashpoints revealed. And so on and so forth. Now, the young Afenifere youth leader that was kidnapped a couple of months back actually expressed some of those things. That because his flight was delayed, he was supposed to leave for Abuja on Monday. The flight was delayed, so he had to take yes, the road and all, and that was how he got himself in the bush. He was walking for a very long distance, and he said how that these people have been able to take over 3 states, like it was stated here, Delta, Edo, and other places. Now, do you really think we're very serious about some of these things? There was an expose done by Ghana, and how that Nigerians were leaving in droves from Nigeria to Ghana, and one of the areas they pointed was insecurity, and how that Nigerian government is really oblivious of some of those things. Is this a game plan, actually?
The government have really failed when it comes to security or securing the nation. They have failed ostensibly. I mean, this was the height of it was under the Buhari's regime. The Fulani herdsmen became emboldened. They took over the stratosphere, the whole of the old Midwestern region. That is Edo Delta, within that axis, took over that is supposed to be a mangrove forest where you cannot easily graze. You can graze on savanna areas, yes, but grazing in mangrove forests, you know, is an anomaly. First, we talk about climate change because of the grasses are no longer green over there in the north, and they're coming down. They're coming down to the southern area of the country. Security should have been beefed up. And how were they able to penetrate the roads into the bush? Because all those bush, they are owned by people. They are farmlands.
Yes.
They are owned by people. And these farmers, most of them have been killed and chased away. Not too many people are in villages these days. You know, in the 80s, early 80s, you don't just come to the city. Everybody is in the village.
Yes.
Except maybe you are born in the city. But virtually everybody is in the village. They only come to the city for one activity or the other, and they go back to the villages. But now the reverse is the case. Nobody's in the village. Everybody's out of the village. Some people are abroad, some are in the city. Because the villages are not developed. They have no facilities. They have no. So it's not encouraging to live in the village. It's very horrible. It's difficult to stay because you don't have light. You don't have access to water. You don't have the facilities are lacking in ways that is surprising. And in these days of technology and internet, so many persons want to be connected, to stay in tune with what is going on in the world. Okay, so it's tough to stay there. Now, these persons have taken advantage of that to spread their tentacles across those farmlands and those bush. You understand? And they are doing really very grievous harm to villages and even travelers. Sometimes they stop buses and kidnap people.
Yes.
You know, because you are going by road. When you are going by road, there's little or nothing you can do when armed criminals intercept. They just take anybody they want to take and leave the ones they want to leave. And it will be an unfortunate situation. There's the man that was killed after paying 50 million ransom.
Yes.
They killed him.
Yes.
So it's not even enough to have the money to pay the ransom. You can have the money, you can pay the ransom and still be killed. So it's a dangerous situation and the government has failed completely. So that is why it's very painful when governments start to spend money on renovating apartments for billions, buying different kind of living extravagantly under an environment like this. You know, the man who did that analysis on the reason Nigerians are leaving to Ghana insecurity was the major issue. Yes. Insecurity in the country. They are not able to handle, and it is so painful that they don't even care. As long as they don't go by road, they are not going by road. And anytime they are going by road, they have a long convoy. They have convoy that can overpower any. They make sure that the firing force of their convoy must be higher than whatever it is they will encounter on the road. So if they go by road, they are safe. If they go by air, they are safe. But for the average man that have no convoy, they have no security, you are going by road. God is your helper. There is nothing you can do when they intercept you at any point.
But how can we really solve this problem when it seems to us like the security agencies that should protect us allegedly might be complicit to some of these things? Like the story from that Fenifere man, he said he was kidnapped just like a minute away from the army checkpoint there. Yes. And all the ransom that was paid in that region, which made him feel that the military might be complicit to some of these things.
Some of them are complicit. Some of them are complicit. Police is, to be specific. I know that of police. I don't know that of the army. But police, they are very complicit. Because I've seen cases where they kidnap someone. The police are the ones encouraging them to go and pay ransom. Okay? So sometimes you have policemen involved. There's a policeman that was caught not too long ago that was selling arms to kidnappers. Okay? That they made confessional statements to the fact that these people can actually infiltrate the police, get arms from them, get to kidnap people, and share ransom with them. Okay? So the criminality stems from a lot of places. Is it because the police are not well paid? Is that why? If they are well paid, will they truly do the job? That's one question. If the army or the soldiers who are involved, if they are well paid, will they truly do the job? When are they going to be paid well? Who is going to engineer it? Who is instigating it? How much really do they pay them? How equipped are they to fight even the insurgency, the bandits, and the kidnappers? Okay? The level of insecurity in the land is alarming. That is why a lot of people are leaving, even when they know that they are better off here. A lot of people are leaving. Connected to the first story we discussed. Yes. Insecurity. Nobody will come and kidnap you in the US. Yes. Or in the UK. Nobody will come and throw bomb in the church or whatever it is, because those environments are secured. Ours is not secured, and government is not doing anything about it. So the failure of government is unbecoming.
All right, so while we talk about that, my last story for today is airline investment. Why the world does not trust Nigeria. Before now, the number of fleets that we had, in fact, there's a record that showed that before now we had almost about 200 fleets, of aircrafts, flying to different places. There were hinterlands that were always there. You can always book your flight anytime. Now it has gone down to about 62 to about 70 across every investment that we have right now. So do you really think for a country of over 200 million people, and the landmass that we have, how can we really grow the investment in the aviation industry? And are we even doing enough if we have the experts who are in charge of this?
The aviation industry in Nigeria is a very challenging one. Even when Nigeria have one of the safest airspace in the world. The aviation business itself. I have a friend, we're talking aviation. We're talking banking. We're to invest in banking, fintech banking. And we're discussing this issue of banking and all that. And it got to a point, I said, wait a minute. Are we not talking aviation? Okay, so when to do research on aviation in Nigeria and all that, you discover that the potentials are there. In fact, potential is massive. Airpeace have not even scratched the surface of international, because the way people are, you see this jackpot thing, say jackpot. That windmill, of people living, the money is supposed to drop on this country. But it's not dropping on it, it's dropping on other airlines. Other airlines are picking the value, okay, and repatriating to their country, walking away. Okay? If we have that kind of tsunami or exodus of people out of the country, At least the consolation should be that Nigerian Airlines should take them out and get the value.
Because the money is made here.
Yes.
By the travelers.
Even the money they're going to spend over there is made here. Okay? But no, we don't have a national carrier. The private one we won't have. The only First Nation has long wound up. You know, First Nation was actually owned by the current president. First Nation Air, but they've already wound up. So you just have Airpeace. Which other indigenous airline do you
Green
have?
Nigeria.
Green Nigeria and
I think Max is still...
Green Nigeria and this one again. There's one other new airline too, okay, that we have. But how many of them are flying international? Only Airpeace. There's no other indigenous airline that's flying international. Not even the African country. Max and all that are not going to any of the African country. So it's just domestic route, which is, for me, minimal. Okay. You still have a huge chunk of that business. Okay. People flying all over, you know. Aviation-wise, Nigeria is not a very big country. Aviation-wise.
It's not a big country in landmass.
It's not.
Really?
The highest you can be on air in Nigeria from one spot to the other is 1 hour, 50 minutes. Yes. In America, from one state to the other, you've been on air for 3 hours.
Whoa.
You'll be on air for 4 hours. You understand? So aviation-wise, Nigeria is not a very big country. Okay. But it's promising. It has a lot of prospects. You understand? So, we should be doing more. Okay? We should have more indigenous airlines. We should be doing more, really. And also teleguide and manage the international airlines that are operating in Nigeria. We should be doing more, but it seems we're not there yet.
Yes, very true, because I was actually very surprised. I was doing some research. I discovered that the only airline flying from Nigeria, Lagos to Liberia, is owned by a Nigerian man.
Yes.
You know, and he said it was so promising that he had no reason but to invest in that business. Yeah. And today he is, you know, basking in the glory of it. But let's just leave it at that for now, for this particular segment. Barrister will be here to take us on our main conversation for today. But when we return, Airpeace pledges a free evacuation medicals for trafficked Nigerian girls in Ivory Coast. That in a bit is still Enterprise Weekend. Please don't go anywhere.